What's going on, Dagger Brigade? I am Dr. Grant Smith, your Brigade Physical Therapist and Director of Human Performance Optimization and Injury Prevention. Today I'm going to share with you my replacement for 4 for the core. I call it Hardcore 4, and it's a way to comprehensively hit all of your core and hip musculature. 4 easy moves that if you chain them together will get you a great cardiorespiratory workout as well. So, the other good thing about this is I'll show you ways to grade it from easy version to hard version so that everybody in your formation can get a good workout. So first, let me go ahead and show you the logic behind this is that we're keeping a neutral spine with all these exercises. So what I mean by that is this good position here where you get a nice normal lordotic curve in your lumbar spine. So this is an example of a flexed spine, and this is an example of an extended spine. So we want to avoid those things because it's suboptimal for your spine. Biomechanically, traditional exercises that use spine flexion are the sit-up, and for spine extension, the Superman exercise. So this is meant to replace those exercises to be healthier for your spine and just be an overall better workout. So first movement you're familiar with, side plank, but we're going to make a couple modifications. First is instead of crossing the feet over, we're going to be right on top. From there, you want to make sure your hips are all the way forward, and then also your hips not dipping, it's up and nice and even. Alright, so easiest to hardest version for this. Easiest version is going to be off the knees. You can have your hand on your hip, or you can come up like this and try and hit middle trap with that upper arm, work a little bit of mobility at the same time. Use your preference. This is a little bit harder. Hardest variation is going to be lifting that top leg for reps. The important thing to consider is if you can't keep your hip up, as you lift, your hip starts to dip down, or if you start leaning forward, then don't lift your leg, you're not there yet. Next one, just a regular old plank. From here again, you don't want to sag in the middle, have too much spine extension, you don't want to be flexed up. You can be nice and neutral. So again, easiest version is going to be off the knees. A little bit harder, just a normal plank. Harder than that is you're going to lift each of your limbs off the ground, one at a time, in a circle. So just plank position, you can lift and have your other hand. From here you can do reps like this. What's this look like? Shoulder stability drill. Why not? You can go around in a circle, do reps up here, and then same deal, you can do reps by lifting one leg, then lifting the other leg. As you can see, it's a challenge. I'm working pretty hard, sweating pretty hard. So I'll demonstrate all of them all together at the end, but seeing is believing. You'll just have to try it. Last is a low bridge. So we all should be familiar with, regular glute bridge. A low bridge is you're going to leave your legs out straight. You're going to push through your heels and bring your whole body off the ground, just barely. You don't want to go way up because then you don't have the nice neutral spine anymore. You can take your elbows and stabilize by pushing them into the ground a little bit. And from here, if this is too easy, you can lift your legs going back and forth. If that's too easy, you can lift the same leg for reps. Alright, so I'm going to chain these all together to kind of demonstrate what it'll look like. And then I highly recommend you just try it right now. So I'm going to try and do the hardest variation of all of them for 10 reps, which is probably about all I can handle. If you get to the point where you can do 20 reps with all these, you can add an IOTV for some extra resistance. So on the side, do 10 reps. Another important thing with this is to keep your neck nice and straight. I'm not doing crazy stuff with my neck. Neck straight for everything, and that way you can work your neck out too. So a way that you can do this with your unit is you can either set a certain amount of time, like 5 to 10 minutes, and try and keep cycling through those exercises for the entire time, which will hit cardio very hard. Another technique that you can do is just do straight sets for max holds in each of the positions, and resting as you need to in order to really target strengthening. So instead of transitioning from side plank to front plank, you just do 3 sets of the side plank on one side, hitting it really hard before you move on. That which you choose just determines the balance between cardio versus focusing more on strength. So real quick before I finish up, I'll show you guys easy version of everything, or easiest version is going to be side plank like this, then come on forward plank off the knees, side plank other side, and then low bridge. Pretty much everybody should be able to lift up. For reconditioning PT, if people are having issues with that, at that point they can do a traditional bridge, because that's going to be easier if they're having low back pain or posterior leg pain with their legs being outstretched. So that's all I got for you. Hardcore 4. I'd like to thank my buddy Chad Riley with Spinal Flow Yoga for giving me some inspiration for some of these exercises. Also Dr. Joel Seidman in an article that I read. And of course FM 7-22 for the idea of having a 4-part core exercise program. So try to just switch up what you're doing today to doing hardcore 4 instead of 4 for the core. Captain Smith out.